As it pertains to Kenny Veach, if he could have died of hypothermia, I most certainly assure you he could have. And so I'll do a recount. I don't want to do it now, but I did mention it, but I'll do it again, of my night of hell, where in relatively warm temperatures, now it turned out it was cold that night, but I traveled, about 150 miles to do an Oatman hike, and the temperatures got 50 or lower to where I could see my breath, and I arrived early. I arrived early, and I was texting my brother that I'm going to start out at daybreak, and the usual stuff, but I had no choice. I figured, well, it's down here in the desert, nice and warm. Temperatures are going to be warm during the day, but I will tell you this, that I froze my goddamn nuts off. And that was in my van with a sleeping bag and a quilt put on top of it. And when you're laying there, not moving, and you're not doing nothing, and I say to myself, I have to make it to daybreak. I came too far. I'm freezing to death. And you fall asleep fitfully, but you wake up after an hour and everything is damp and wet, and but I toughed it out. I knew I couldn't go back. I toughed it out, and I have to make it till daybreak. And I was all bundled up in nice warm clothes and everything. And in the back of the van, I'm not talking about sleeping up on the top of 8,000 foot high mountain out there in the desert with possibly wind blowing. No, I was in the back of the van. I'm telling you, I froze my nuts off. And I texted my brother. I said, oh, Lord. Afterwards, I said, that was the worst hours that I ever had in my life. And what I did was, at the Wickenburg rest stop, I got there early and was also freezing. Now, it was cold. It was relatively cold that night. But I go, well, I'm freezing, So I figured I'll go to the spot. I'll go to the spot. And I got there, and it was, like 1 in the morning. But I'll tell you, I almost goddamn died, man. I almost died. So by about 3 or 4 in the morning, I was, I couldn't even get out to go to the bathroom. It was too cold. It was too cold. And I go, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? But I did tough it out. And before daybreak, I started out in the dark. And I go, I got to do it. I got to keep going. I got to do it and get my body temperature up. But, that was nothing, absolutely nothing compared to this. That was nothing compared to like 8,000 feet altitude up there, and the sun goes down and you start getting cold. No, I do believe that I lean strongly that he could have been gotten by hypothermia, and he could have been dead by morning, quite easily.